Okay, here we are with my doorbell for lab 3. Put that right there for now. I'm gonna start off by first thing, just by running the program. Okay, it brings up this fat UI right here. It's got the status. This is an empty label. It doesn't actually change, which is unfortunate. The battery, I'll turn it on now that we got it up. See that it does update. Okay, yeah, you see it's polling it over and over again to get that 100. Eventually it'll go down. It seems to lose battery pretty fast. We've got the mode. It brings up a secondary window where you input 0 or 1, put in 1 in, the current mode change to 1. Although if you look down here, the mode on the M5 actually displays 49. I put this in the assignment notes, not really sure why that happens, but I included it in the microcontroller, so it's still operating as if it's 1. And if I were to input 0, it changes to 48. Once again, not really sure why that happens, but it still updates the mode correctly on this side. It just doesn't do it on this side, so I lumped it in the code. I guess I could bring that up briefly. But while that's loading, I'm gonna click it. You can see it also has the thing on the screen, welcome. There was a small beep from the M5 stick before the trademark ring doorbell noise played. This gray circle also turns blue. I'll hit it again so you can see it. And then it turns back. The message also works. It is a little strange though. Hold this up, or I'll put it right here so you can see it. If I say like hi, hit OK, it'll update on the thing you saw right there. It'll update on both sides, but it's only for a couple seconds before it changes back. You can see it did it on both here and there. Now you can see the status is starting to go down as it loses power. You can actually see the change in battery take place. Let's see, thinking about more I was able to do. Right, it's writing messages back and forth. It signals this to play. Like I said, the status, if I were to turn this off, like right now, the status does stop updating, but no matter how long it's off, the battery, no matter how battery is off, the status label here won't actually turn to off. I couldn't figure out a way to do that, but we're working what we got. It comes down to not understanding like how one goes about putting in a timer based like function in an event based program. I experimented with a few things where like the M5 stick would like pull the UI repeatedly for numbers, but then I was thinking, I was like, it doesn't make sense to me that I would use the M5 stick to detect when the M5 stick's not connected. So I was focused a lot on the Python side, and then I got stuck on, like, how do I put in a timer here where there's nothing like independent, it's all like one continuous thing active. This is where I experiment with something that's commented out in the form of a string. Oh, and then also, I demonstrated this a little earlier, but like, if I set it oh wait, this is the new message thing. Well, you can see it again, I guess. If I hit it, I set it to number 1, it comes in, goes away. But if I go to the mode, make the mode number 1, 49 again on the M5, 1 up here. And here, the emergency mode, you see here, there's no response from either side. It's very finicky. I've tried it a lot of different times, and all I can say is that I have not got a consistent response. I've recorded this a bunch of times. And sometimes it'll work, it'll go through, and sometimes it won't. I'm not really sure how I can precisely get the timing down to where, like, this is where it is now, where there's like a small state machine using the mode found from topic 3, and you know, here's the 0 and 48 value versus 1 and 49. And when it's in 1 and 49, it like determines a time difference between press time and release time. And I was trying to reference my past work on the Morse project, but that didn't give me a ton of insight either. I didn't want to turn to anything like ChatGPT. I just want to try and figure it out for myself, but I wasn't really able to make significant progress on that. Like I said, I have gotten it to respond through it, but I have not gotten it recorded once. So, unfortunate. If I go to the, sorry, this video is long for no reason. Go to the lab. So yeah, it displayed the message that was last received on Ning. It was able to change modes based on a message sent through the input box. Doorbell, normal mode pressed, it did, it did send a message, and that message triggered the sound and visual indicator here. The do not disturb emergency mode thing, that does not work. The doorbell does indicate a sound. It's a small beep, separate from the ring doorbell noise. I'll do it again because you might not have been able to hear it. Where's the UI gone? First change modes back to 0, which will be displayed as 48. Okay, bring it real close. Hopefully you're able to hear the small beep. It is there. Publishes battery, it's done that. It shows the battery level. It does not indicate the doorbell's offline. It does not do that small bullet point there. It does play a sound and visual, I already said that. It does allow you to set the mode. I'll show you that as well. And temporarily changing the message before it went away. Note on this, this is also said in my assignment notes, but the message, this part is listed in the Python program section, and I did get it to work through it, but for my program, I chose to put it in the Arduino side, and I did that through a counter here. So when a message is received, a counter gets a value, and the default message is welcome with an exclamation point. This is on both sides, but I do have it listed up here. And as long as the message is not equal to the default message, the counter goes down in value as it cycles through hundreds of times a second. And eventually it'll reprint the welcome to, it'll resend the message to the MQTT topic which is then received by the Python program, which is then sent back to the MQTT to be updated on the screen. So it's not being updated on this side. It's just saying to make it this message. So like, as opposed to having the user on the user interface change the message, the M5 is requesting that a change be made. It's being made and it's sent back. So I believe that's everything I had to say about the project. I think the last thing I didn't say that was in my README, was that like I had to use an older version of one of the libraries. So if you try to download it, make sure you get the version I put in version of PlaySound called 1.2.2. Because it doesn't work past that, apparently, for some reason. I don't know why. Thank you for your time.